Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane. This week, Sally's camera is not working on her, so you're just going to have the top-down view and the chat. Sorry, folks. Here you go, Sally.
Hi, everybody. Well, sorry about the technical difficulties, but we do get to see the cards this week. And I know that the producer is working hard on trying to get things cleared up. So we're going to start.
There's nothing I can do at this point.
Well, that is okay. The show must go on. So we're going to start out with our email. And I received one email this week, and that was from Mark. And Mark wanted to know, now I do not answer health questions. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. But on the other hand, I know he does have a concern because he has a chronic condition. I know a lot of us out there have chronic conditions. Arthritis, fibromyalgia, etc., and so on. And so sometimes it's tough because because you're dealing with pain, and you're going to be dealing with pain forever, especially when you have arthritis. And so sometimes it's easy to get a little discouraged, but please don't become discouraged. I want to see I just want to do a general reading for you, Mark, and see what lies ahead. See if we see. Okay, so first and foremost, I have the Eight of Pentacles. So and I know it says the Eight of Coins, and it's reversed. And so this does point out that it's making it hard on you to do your job. And so it's kind of being an obstacle to you getting up the ladder. And I do notice that, his ankles are kind of really bent up. And so I do know that one of your problem areas is the ankles. So I know that it's been keeping you from working. And then we look at the now. Okay, so it might be making you a little irritable because you've got the Lovers reverse. So it tells me that you do have love around you, but this is this is kind of putting a strain on the relationship. And then which way are you headed? Okay, so you've got the Two of Swords, but it's Two of Swords reverse, which is actually, I'd rather see swords reverse most of the time than right side up. And this tells me that the Two of Swords, if it was right side up, it would be talking about separation, and I would be worried about your job. But it's reversed, so this tells me that there's kind of a truce to be made here. And you notice that this guy's got these ankle spurs on, and I think that's symbolic of you, Mark, and your ankle problems. And it does tell me that they are going to make an offer to make it possible for you to work while you are dealing with your ankle issues. So I know the question was, am I going to end up in a wheelchair? But that's a little bit dramatic, to be real honest. Okay, so look ahead. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. And, yeah, don't be discouraged. Try and keep a positive attitude. And I know it's not easy to be positive when you're in pain. But, you will find a way to deal with it. You will find a way to cope with it. Okay, and are we still dealing with the setup, my darling?
You don't have a camera on you for the entire show. There's
I
absolutely nothing
understand
I can do about that.
I understand that,
They
and
can
I'm
hear
sorry,
you and they can
folks.
see the cards, and that's where it is.
The cards are beautiful.
They might actually be in focus.
I know there are a number of psychics that most of their show is focusing in on the cards. I watch the other psychics. I like Ellie Ellie is Dreams Down Under, and she's from Australia. And if you're learning the tarot, it's great to watch all the other psychics, and not just your queen, which please remember to watch me. But there's also Ellie from Dreams Down Under, and she has a good perspective on the cards, and she explains them as she goes along. Let's see, what was it? Spiritual Growth Tarot. She explains the cards a little bit, but she looks at them more from an astrological point of view. One of my favorites is Reading by Lavina. I'm actually hoping to do a collaboration sometime with her in the near future. We have talked about doing another one. If y'all remember, I have done a collaboration with her before. And speaking of collaborations, I hope everybody will tune in New Year's afternoon, and the time is to be determined. But you will have two queens, the Queen of Ooga Booga, and also Desiree Lynn, who is an oracle expert, and that should be a lot of fun. She can be a little bit saucy sometimes.
Okay, enough with the yammering since they can't see you.
Yes.
The High Priestess wants to know about her divorce mediation. Sorry, I had to read that twice because mediation and meditation are pretty similar.
Well,
and I wasn't quite sure what a divorce meditation was.
Oh dear. Okay. Non-existent. Trust me on that one. Okay, so High Priestess, let's see how the divorce mediation is going. And I'm just going to throw 3 cards. All right, so coming into this, I see the Knight of Cups, and that kind of tells me that somebody who at one time was kind and generous to you is now kind of pouring it out on the ground. So my guess is that your soon-to-be ex-spouse is really turned into a not nice person. Okay, the mediation. I see that there's a lot of you've lost a lot of sleep about this. There's been a lot of worry. The Nine of Swords reverse is telling me that it is coming to an end, and that's one of the more pleasant things about this. I have a feeling that this is probably going to be like pulling teeth. I would suspect that what they're telling me about your soon-to-be ex, he is not your favorite person by a long shot, and you really don't want to come face to face with this person. But, you have to do what you have to do. It is going to feel like they aren't really listening to you. It's sort of like, it just feels almost like the mediator has got his head down and he's not hearing anything anybody says. So the end results. Okay, the best, the only thing that makes divorce better than a bad marriage is that there is an end to it. And this tells me that there is an end to it. And that puts it in a 7. So this is, the best thing about it is it's coming to an end. And it's finally going to be over. Okay, so that's, it's not nice, but divorce isn't nice. Your mediation will get you on the road to being a divorced and a single person and done with this whole situation.
And our next situation regards Olive.
Hi, Olive.
What are my chances of being selected in the company that I will have an interview with on Wednesday?
Chances of being selected. Okay. Well, let's see where the cards take us. So the cards are telling me, oh, you had I think you had you're just coming off of a failed job application, but the last one you really had your hopes up about. And that's okay. It's good to hope. Okay, it doesn't make your disappointment any less, but I can see that you have had a disappointment in the near future. This one, though, does say that it seems like you're making your way up. There's this idea of making your way up a ladder, and you're presenting your skill set well. So it shows you as being ahead in the competition. Let's see what the final outcome is. Okay, so to be honest with you, the Seven of Wands, I worry a little bit about the Seven of Wands because there's a certain defensive element in the Seven of Wands, and it warns you not to get defensive. So even if it's bad news, make sure that you take it cheerfully. You need to show that side of you right now. And I think that means that sometimes a job offer comes back around. So do not burn your bridges no matter what happens here. But you've got coins and you've got wands. So this tells me that you are on a path to accomplishment. You are on a path of the wands are fiery, which means they're motivated, and they are, it's and you've got all these are good career cards. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're on the right path. Even if you don't get this job offer, make sure you leave the interview definitely on good terms. Let them see nothing but cheerfulness, because if you don't get the first time out, the offer will come back around.
Alrighty then. Let's see who is next. Xena wants to know whether Thomas is in love with her or him.
Ooh, okay. Thomas in love with Xena. Mm-hmm. All right. So Thomas and Xena. Well, the Wheel of Fortune to start out says that this relationship, this whole thing between the two of you, has taken some favorable turns through October. So that's good coming into the now. And coming into the now, you are going to see Thomas being a little bit more open. I think that he's holding his heart close to his chest. You might be dealing with somebody who's been hurt before. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody who's been hurt before. I'm not going to say he's in love with you. I am going to say that he's on that path. You're dealing with somebody who is afraid of commitment and afraid of love and a bit afraid of his parents. So stick in there. He's not in love with you yet.
Okay, well, hope that helps you out, Xena. Next is Sonia, who wants to know how her 12-year-old daughter is going to do in homeschooling.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a big responsibility.
Certainly is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I tell you what, though, in this day and age, I would probably ask to be homeschooled.
Yeah, I know. Some of those little kids are real little jerks.
Yeah, well, quit before they fire you.
Okay. Sonia's 12-year-old and homeschooling. Well, this seems to be a good path for her. What you have to make sure is that she still has a way to socialize, because it puts a lot of it puts a lot of hard feelings behind her. So you said 12 years old, middle school probably the hardest. She's having a hard time dealing with it. But once she's homeschooled, she becomes a better student. She absolutely becomes a better student. So, yeah, this is going to go well for her. And here's a warning going forward. Oh, okay. That's strange. Okay, something about the homeschooling. The Seven of Coins says it's going to end up costing you somehow more than you expected, but it's well worth it. So there is an expense attached to this of some sort. Okay, but it goes very well for your daughter. Not so well for your pocketbook. But
I imagine there's quite the price increase on homeschooling textbooks.
Yeah.
Because they're specialized.
Ah.
Yes. Next, we have Patricia, who is looking to move out of the homeless shelter in Vancouver.
And Patricia, while I have your attention, make sure that you volunteer. That just seems important. Patricia. I need to give that one more shuffle. Okay, Patricia. We're going to see what the path you're on looks like. It is a good path. And we saw this card before, but for you, this talks about what you went through in Ottawa. Here you are in Vancouver, and even though you're having a rough go of finding housing there, you feel better. You're just lighter of heart there, and it's easier to take this. There is this idea of being willing to accept help. So start giving help, and you will be offered help. I know there's a reason why your guys keep telling me Patricia needs to volunteer, but you're on a good path here. And it does look like it's not a straight path, and there are a few turns, but it does look like you have accomplishment at the end of the path here. This is so the exact same one. You've got the Ace of Wands, and you're looking for opportunity. You're looking to move forward in Vancouver. You're definitely in the right spot. And it kind of says that I guess maybe the atmosphere you were working with before made you stronger, because it says that you end up in a competitive field, but because of your skill set and your knowledge set, just the way you are like head above everybody else. Okay, yeah, it's giving me a time period. I really wish I could say that was 9 days, but I'd have to say that looks like it's 9 weeks. And I think that you're a little bit impatient. It says that, it feels like there's 3 steps here, and that next step is coming up. So I think that employment comes before housing, which is okay because it makes the housing kind of more within reach. Okay, but say 9 weeks. I'm sorry. I wish I could have you in a house by Christmas, but that's not my call. I can tell you and assure you that you are on the right path.
Well, hopefully that helps you out, Patricia. Next, we have the Queen of Swords.
Well, hello, Queen of Swords.
The Queen of Swords wants to know whether RS is ready for a committed relationship. Get out the straitjackets.
Oh boy. Okay. So, RS for the Queen of Swords. Whoops. Ooh, things are falling out here. Okay, so here's your answer. Is he ready for a committed relationship? And I can see that he has been non-committal in the past. And you have to be careful. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of like when life is going really good for him, and he has everything he wants, then he doesn't want anybody in his life. That's when he becomes a lone wolf. But when things get to the point where he needs a little help and a little assistance, that's when he becomes ready for a relationship. And that's the part that worries me. Even though you love this guy and you will happily accept whatever comes his way, look a gift horse in the mouth. When he says he wants to be more committed, make sure you get that financial commitment too if he is going to move in with you. But overall, the strongest and the biggest card here is the 9 of Cups. You want him to be ready for a commitment? There you go. Your answer is yes. The 9 of Cups is the wish card. Anybody who has read the tarot knows that's the one that we all want to get.
Okay, hang on a second, folks. We just got a few minor adjustments to make.
Okay, and while he's making those adjustments, let's do a surprise pick 4. One of the fun pick 4s that we've done is how about my crush? So everybody out there that's watching me, that's crushing on somebody that wants to know about your crush this week, we're going to do card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. So all you crushers out there, card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, or card number 4, which one resonates with you? Did you pick card number 1? If you pick card number 1, then this week for your crush, oh, hot chihuahua. Yeah, there's going to be some heat there with your crush. So you might be able to connect with your crush or maybe have a little conversation with him. But make sure if you make eye contact with your crush, remember to smile. Don't look away. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, crusher, then this week in your crush is a Queen of Swords reversed. So it does say that even though you're not going to make much progress, because the Queen of Swords, she's fiery, but when she's reversed, her fire's a little dampened. So some of your efforts to get closer to your crush might be dampened a bit. It does say that there's hope for the future. So just don't expect too much this week. Next week. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then this week in your crush, if you pick card number 3, it tells me that this week your crush is going to try and reach out to you, but there's this element of shyness. So this week, make sure you encourage your crush. But it does seem like your crush might be a little bit shy. Did you pick card number 4? Well, if you pick card number 4, then this week in your crush, ooh, look at that. You got an archangel. You got the Archangel Michael, and it's a spiritual card. So you and your crush are going to make some sort of a spiritual connection, and it feels almost fated. I think that this week you and your crush are going to discover you have something in common. That's always a good place to start. So thank you for playing Pick 4. And I'm sure that I have many people out there that are waiting to have their question.
You definitely do, and they can actually see you now. Yeah.
Everybody.
I had to.
Gotta take off my glasses.
I had to kick the camera.
You did too. And it
The
whimpered
next-
a little bit.
The next step would have got out the Stanley hammer. It's better that's the Hamley Stanner. Baby girl Aries would like to know about the rest of the year.
Oh, good question.
I'm going to say right now, we're going to hold off on any 2022 readings until further into December.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to get into the upcoming year of the tiger as we get close to the end.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. And that happens right around February 1st. It's going to be a massive shift in energy because you're going to have a change of elements and a change of animal. But we'll talk about that later.
Meow.
Yeah, cat and mouse for sure. Baby girl Aries, let's see how the rest of this year is going to go for you. Okay. The rest of 2021 for baby girl Aries. Okay, so first off, for the first week or two in December, be very careful about making any kind of assumptions, because the high priestess is turned upside down to say, remember, you don't know as much as you think you know. So that's a real good time to do more listening and less talking. Okay, so let's get to the middle of December. And once you get into the middle of December, boy, you have some major arcana cards happening here toward the end of this year. So you've got some pretty big things happening. You've got some pretty powerful influences at work in your life. So this is a time when you can where you can make things go more in your direction because the universe is on your side. But it looks like middle December, things come into balance. And so this feels like plans that just seem to be going off the rails and whatnot just seem to clarify and solidify. So middle of December, things start seeming a little saner leading up to Christmas. And then Christmas and New Year's, Oh, isn't that nice? You have the 8 of Pentacles. And so this is assurance that everything will work out. And toward the end of the year, before as you go on to the holiday break, there is going to be talk of advancement in the new year for you, baby girl. All right. So happy December to you. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, tell all your friends. We still have a goal of 500 subscribers. I haven't even checked up on my subscriber count, but I'm hoping that I'm closer. And we would really like those 500 subscribers by the end of December.
Well, that's only going to happen if they share the video.
Definitely
Share the videos to your social media platforms, please. I really don't care whether you like and subscribe anymore.
I care.
Lynette wants to know, well, general reading for Lynette.
General reading for Lynette. Hey, let me switch over to the Pamela Coleman Smith Centennial deck and a general reading for Lynette. See what the path ahead holds for Lynette. Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you're coming into this cycle of your life, you've got King of Wands reversed. So you've got a male that's letting you down right now. And I'm not defending him because he is being really unreliable and a bit lazy right now. But I have a feeling that he can and will do better in the future. So whatever his problem is, it's not your problem, but he has some sort of problem that's making him unproductive and a bit lazy. Okay, so you've got the Page of Wands reversed, and and the two of them are looking at each other. So I think that this person in your circle who is not doing what they should be doing puts all that work on you, and you're kind of resenting it because you're looking back at him going, hey, wait a second, this is not my load to carry, you do it, no, you do it. And so there's this going back and forth. I don't really think it's helping you at all. Turn that around, make it work to your advantage. If you're doing work and you're handling responsibilities, then make sure that those in control know that it's you that's doing the work, and do your very best job, and then brag about it. Okay. Finally, which way are you headed? Oh yeah, good. Yeah, you make sure that you get acknowledgement for your work. Don't let anybody else steal the credit for your work, because there is going to be advancement in the new year. You've got 3 of Wands here, which is future plans. This is a card of a skilled tradesman. This is a card of successful contracts and offers coming in, because you see I got like the little offer here. So, yeah, I know you don't want to carry all the responsibilities that are being put on you right now, but make noise, let everybody know who did such a good job so that you get the rewards.
Okay, Stardust C. You don't need to repeat your questions. They will be answered in order or not at all.
That's 1. They haven't heard me say that in a long time.
I know they haven't heard you say that. I've been really good.
He has. He's got halo this big on his over his head. Yeah.
Are you sure now?
It slipped on your shoulder.
It slipped down my shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the extra Crisco needed to fit my head through the door. Tanya would like a general reading.
Well, hi, Tanya. I hope you're doing all right. General reading for Tanya. Ooh, Tanya. You all saw me shuffle the cards. King of Wands reversed again. And I know that you've had some issues being disappointed in someone around you. You've been let down by the men in your life. Okay, so it does leave you holding the bag a lot, And you've got the Seven of Wands right here. And the Seven of Swords. And the problem with Seven of Swords is the card of the thief and the liar and the cheat. It's a card that's saying that there's somebody who's taking from you. There's somebody who's taking advantage of you. And I just feel like because it's so dead center that this is someone you already know. I'm not telling you anything new. So that makes me wonder if this might be one of your kids or something that you're overlooking. Yeah, this is whatever's going on right in front of your face. You really do, burying your head in the sand and ignoring the elephant in the room is not the solution to your problem. It feels like you really need to put your foot down. Let them hear you roar. Oh boy, yeah, let them hear you roar. Let them hear you roar. There's situations here that shouldn't be happening at all, and you do have the power to make it happen. You do have the power to bring back harmony and peace and happiness in your home. So put your foot down. Don't take any crap from the men around you or the kids around you. Okay, but you're still very well aspected. That card is a really nice card to get as far as what the path ahead of you holds. Okay, so thank you for tuning in, Tanya.
Speaking of getting, if you would like a reading from Sally in person, please contact the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. That is in Stratford, Ontario. It is a spa, full service spa, and everything is just super duper clean. I've been there, and it's just great energies there. And also, of course, all readings are for entertainment purposes only, just to make sure that, you're not going to sue us. So we're in Canada and we're poor, so it doesn't matter anyway. You can't get blood from a stone.
It's not going to help you.
Yeah, not really. Lashika wants
Hi,
to know
Lashika.
whether Joseph is ready for a committed relationship.
All right.
There's no such thing as
we
rich
have
psychics.
Joseph committed? Yeah, it really doesn't happen. It's basically calling. Okay, so Lashika wants to know if Joseph is ready for a commitment. Lashika and Joseph. Ooh. We've got coming into this, we are coming out of a storm. Boy, we've got the tower. I think that either you and Joseph have had one hell of a fight, or Joseph is just recently getting out of a really bad relationship. But we have had a nuclear something happen. Okay, so hopefully this card is better. Are we headed? Yes, we're headed in a better direction. We are definitely headed in a better direction. Look at that. He has learned his lesson. That's good. The Page of Wands tells me it's Joseph, and it's his younger side. The page can be kind of a young person, so I think he might look at life a little naively, or he might not be so good at carrying responsibilities, but he certainly wants to give it a try. And where we're headed? Okay, so you have the world, and even though it's the world reversed, it still says, it's the world is just a really good card, a really, really good card. Who doesn't want the world? When it's reversed, it means that it might not be 100% what you want. Sometimes we want something, and then when we get what we want, we realize it wasn't what we wanted at all, So there's that. But if you ask if Joseph is ready for a commitment, oh yeah. And sorry about this, but I'm glad that's in your past. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to share this on social media. Let all your friends see this. And anybody who would like to learn how to either read the palm or the tarot should attend my winter retreat. I have a retreat on learning to read the palms on February 4th and 5th. And this is a package deal. It varies in price from $325 to a private room, to $235 per person for a shared room. And that is with 2 beds for 4 people. And there's a package, for 2 people, 3 people, and 4 people. But it's an all-inclusive and it's an all-immersive experience. And you spend from Saturday morning till Sunday afternoon as a group and with group energies. We go from a desire to learn to practical application. When you leave, you will be able to read for family and friends. The palmistry class takes place in February 4th and 5th, and the tarot class takes place in March 4th and 5th. Anybody who would like to attend, go to the Eventbrite website and just put Mystic Rendezvous in the search engine, and it will take you to those events. And who's next?
Next, we have Suzanne, who has got one of those Hallmark Christmas moments.
Aww.
She wants to know about the rest of 2021 regarding career and social life.
Ooh.
And when you watch those movies, you know that those are contradictions. You got to pick one or the other. So enjoy your trip to a small town in nowhere that has a Christmas tree lighting celebration with 40 people.
Oh, that can change the world. I love Hallmark movies. Drives him nuts, but he's a really good sport about watching them.
I have no problem with watching Christmas movies from Hallmark. They support Canadians by hiring them.
Oh, yeah. We just watched a really good one, an old one from 1949 called A Christmas Affair with Robert Meacham and a very young Janet Leigh.
You want to say that again? Robert Mitchum?
Yes.
Not Meacham?
Oh, did I say Meacham?
You did.
That's one for me.
Yeah.
Robert Mitchum.
And Janet Leigh, so young. Oh, my goodness. I could barely recognize her. And it is a storyline straight out of a Hallmark movie.
Absolutely.
But next, let's get that reading for Suzanne going there.
Okay, so Suzanne wants to know about the rest of 2021. Okay.
Or career and social life.
Okay, let's see what the cards want to tell her. Okay, so going into the rest of the year, so over the next couple of weeks, you've got the Page of Swords reverse. And the Page of Swords, when it's reversed like that, it's just telling me, hey, slow down a bit. It's almost like you're on the go, and you're forgetting to stop and look at where you're going. And you might be losing the plot. Okay, yeah, you're definitely losing the plot, because as we come to the few weeks before Christmas, we have the delusion card here, but it's turned upside down. So in the middle of December, you get clarity. I have a feeling you might not like all the things that are put in front of you, but at least you get there's a lot to be said for clarity and for knowing where you stand. And right now, there's a lot of unanswered questions. So by the time you hit Christmas, at least you know where you're at and where you're going. So I would imagine, this is you have the Four of Pentacles as we come to the end of the year. And as we come to the end of the year, it says you are going to have to make some pretty important decisions about work and about home and how you balance them out. This is a month not necessarily of achieving, but as far as beginning things. So this is a good month to start stuff. Okay, so thank you for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your year.
Cindy would like to have a general reading.
Hi, Cindy. It's nice to see you.
It is 9:43, so I can guarantee we're not going to get to everybody's questions.
And I'm so sorry about that, everybody. But make sure that if I don't get to answer your question now, send me an email to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com, just the same as Mark did this week, and your question will be answered at the front of the show. Okay, so who's next?
Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
She would like a general reading.
And I would love to give you a general reading. Let's see. How are things going for Cindy? Oh, another one that's well, this one doesn't. This one feels more like you've got obstacles in front of you. Let's see which way you're headed. Okay, so you're trying to move ahead and move up, and you might not be expressing yourself well enough. The thing with the swords is sometimes it talks about making contact and uh messages, stuff like that. It's really they are associated with social media, Cindy, and I think this is a good time for you to start go online, sending out emails, find out what postings are out there or what new jobs are out there, because it really feels like job wise you're sort of stuck. What the card's saying is that you're stuck at the kids table. So it makes me feel like you might be in maybe an administrator role doing management type of work. Good, good, good. The year ends with a magician. The December is really a good time, Cindy, for you to be a little bit more honest and clear with yourself about what you want and how to, what you want, and to foment a plan to go after what you want. Don't settle for what you have right now. When I see the magician come in, even if he's reversed, that tells me that you're entering a period of life where you can make things happen for you. You just have to be willing to put together the ingredients and make it happen, Cindy. So don't settle for half of what you want.
Eat the whole cookie.
That's right.
Elise?
I love cookies.
Yes, I know, Cookie Monster.
My very first sentence was "Eine cookie," and I got cookies, so I said a lot.
They were just happy you were talking out loud.
Probably.
Alicia would like a general reading for the week ahead.
Hi, Alicia. How are you doing? The week ahead for Alicia. Okay. Okay. The Four of Cups, but the Four of Cups reverse. So it seems like the fourth time is a charm. Whatever you've been asking for that you keep getting told no, ask one more time. You may hear yes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And be very careful about the cats around you. And I don't mean cats as in the animals. I mean cats as in the two-legged bitch kind. Oh, did I say that word out loud? Ooh, sorry about that. But this card is what I call misdirection. And it's about people giving you false information. People trying to influence you and trying to get you to believe things that just aren't true. So take everything you hear with a grain of salt, check everything out, and don't necessarily trust people, even if they're people that you have trusted in the past. And you have the Nine of Cups ahead of you. Even though it's the Nine of Cups reversed, this is a wish card. It's a real positive card, like the World. But because it's reversed, it gets more to this warning. Don't believe everything you're told. Do your research. Check everything everybody says, and ask one more time, because the only thing that stands between you and what you want is you. Okay, thank you for tuning in, Alicia.
Next, we have Anastasia.
It's nice to see you, Anastasia. Thank you for tuning in.
What is the future of the relationship between my half-brother and my dad? They met for the first time in 27 years recently, and she just wants to know what the result of that will be. I believe Anastasia
story.
told us about this a little earlier this year.
Oh, okay. Dad and your half-brother.
Hi, Max.
You're looking cute, Max. Isn't it time for you to be in bed? Boy, that one keeps wanting to come up, that page of swords reversed.
Maybe you should take it out for a few readings. Give it a rest.
That's right. Oh, more. Okay, so there's kind of mixed signals on both sides, and both sides are worried about what the other side wants and what the other side's motivation is. And so, they're not coming on the best of grounds. But the thing of it is that they both seem willing to listen to the other side. So they are going to clear up a lot of disagreement, a lot of misunderstandings. One on one side there's misunderstandings about emotional stuff, and on the other side there's misunderstandings about material stuff. So I do see them working together. You can see that they're looking at each other. And so even though there are going to be tense moments, when it's all said and done, they will have a true father-son relationship. So it will end up well. So let them have whatever that is. That it almost feels like a little bit of a standoff between the two of them. Let it come down, because they will find their own meeting point, if you will, and it turns out so very well.
That sounds like another Hallmark movie.
It absolutely sounds like a Hallmark movie.
New Love would like a general reading.
Hi, New Love. It's so nice to see you. I think I'm going to pull out the Lenormand for you.
You haven't used that yet today.
That's why I'm going to pull it out. The show's almost done, and I haven't touched this once. And y'all know how much I love this Lenormand deck.
Patricia, congratulations on getting 2 part-time jobs already.
There you go. Whoops. So put that aside. And what was the question again?
Hang on a second. New Love would like a general reading.
General reading for New Love.
If that sounds familiar, it's because I said it before.
He did. It's deja vu. I feel like I'm living in 2 minutes ago. Okay. New Love wants a general reading. So far, so good. Ho, ho, ho. So, New Love, when I look at what's coming up for you in the short term, I do see you feeling like the prime woman. You've got 2 very good women cards here that just tell me that in the short term and around Christmas, you feel good about yourself. You feel loved. I think that if you don't already have a relationship in your life, well, I think that you do have a relationship in your life, because it just feels like you're being wined and dined, and you do feel good about yourself. You see how this woman here, she's kind of feeling coy and cute, and the way we feel when we're in love, is kind of blushing. And here she is with flowers, and here you have the hearth, and the hearth is home and warmth. So you get all this talk about relationships, and even an offer of a ring. I want to talk about this, because New Love, what I see coming into your life is a relationship growing, and it's kind of like the guy that's around you it's almost like he fits your list of everything you want, and he's in love with you, and you're in love with the idea of him, but not necessarily him as an individual. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That spark, it's like all the ingredients are there, but the spark seems to be missing. So that concerns me a little bit with somebody romantic enough to call themselves New Love. But having said that, you are on the path to children, because you do have a child coming into your life within the next 3 years. So, okay, you do have an offer of love and an offer of commitment, and it is something that you want. So, shame on me for talking about the spark, but it might be something for you to think about.
Spark it up. Next, we have Stardust C.
I start to see.
Stardust C would like to know about psychic abilities and who her spirit guides are.
Okay, well, as far as psychic abilities, you might want to look into some of my winter retreats. Okay, but let's see what the cards have to say about Stardust C and her ability. And I think I'm going to go to the runes.
Oh, good choice.
I know. They just you're asking a question that really,
Needs a little slapping around.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, that seems to be the right. Okay, so your guides are giving us a little bit of a lesson right here, where they're saying that you need to be honest. Honesty is the most important thing, especially if you're going to dabble a bit and get involved in the psychic abilities and get involved with your guides. You're judged by your words, and if you want stuff to happen and you are not honest in your day-to-day life, then when you ask your guides for something, they're going to say, well, you're a liar, right? They're not going to tell you the truth if you're not an honest person. So that honesty is really, really important. But they're also saying you have got an innate ability. It's almost your rite of passage, your rite of birth right there. And it does feel like you are going to start opening up some psychic centers. You're going to start to basically harvest. This Jarrah is a rune of harvest. So it does tell me that you have done some work with your psychic ability and you will realize some benefits thereof. I want to just put that aside for just a second and see what the other cards are. Okay, so you have Fei Hugh. So yeah, you do have psychic ability that's growing. So keep up with meditation, whatever you're doing, but make sure that you bring another element of honesty in your day-to-day life. Even the little white lies, can't do them. Ooh, yeah. It also says right here, this talks about relationships, which I know you didn't ask for it, but it says that this is a symbiotic relationship kind of one, and the symbiotic relationship one is when you're in a loving relationship with somebody where the total exceeds the sum of the parts. Where you're yeah, it's just like what I said. You have this kind of relationship coming your way, and it's not even what you're asking for, but it's coming your way, and it's a gift. There's serendipity attached, but it's something that's solid. You've got the wild ox here, so it's something that's solid and strong. So it's something that you start with a good foundation and a good back and forth. So that works out well. And I said that I was going to wait for that. This is Berkana, and often I see that as being B for baby. So we might be seeing a baby or a new life coming your way. You definitely have love coming your way. Legos is love. So yeah, your psychic ability, as long as you keep working on your meditation, that should strengthen and strengthen and strengthen. And it does look like you'll be able to open up a few portals of communication by this time next year. Love is coming your way, girl. Get ready for it.
Patricia, get used to the rain. You're living near a rainforest. For real, Canada has a rainforest.
That's right. That's
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Jess would like some cards reading for local outreach moving forward.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I'm going to go back to my old friends here.
for an old friend.
Or an old friend. Okay, so
Your old friends for an old friend, right?
mhm.
Jess. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
9:58, folks. We're getting close to the end there with crystal therapy cards.
Okay, so what did you just want to know?
Local outreach.
Local outreach. Very good idea. It's going to go forward fast, and you have good luck in the short term. You really have to keep on top of it because you have people's ego and politics entering it. And you know that, your ego is never your friend. So you have to watch out for people's feelings and make sure that people aren't getting their egos involved. So the outreach is great, moving forward fast. Just the human factor, and that's something that you can make happen.
Our next question comes from Aquayazi, who wants to know the future outcome for her and O.
Oh, what are you doing around my husband? Okay, Jazzy and O. Oh.
We're like, oh.
I'm not even going to give him a 2 on that. Oh, yeah, you already know you're on a good path with that one.
Yee!
Yeah, it's it does say that both of you have gone through some shit to get where you're at, and this feels like it might be new because it's saying that all the fun stuff is right ahead of you, and there is a ring and a commitment and a coming together of community ahead of you as well. Although you really haven't reached that point where you're bringing together friends and family, you will. And you've got the 9 of Cups. So I have a feeling that you already had some sort of premonition about this because it's showing that this is a wish come true. Okay.
Okay, Stardust C. If you like reading the magazines you get for playing Publishers Clearinghouse, by all means keep going. If you're thinking you're going to get your retirement money from Publishers Clearinghouse, I'll bring your shovel so you can dig your head out of the sand. Rahul would like to know about a serious relationship coming up.
All right.
That
I
will
did
be
want
our
to,
last one.
okay, and I just wanted to make a comment about the idea of wishing for a lottery winning or wishing for a bunch of money coming in. The problem with that and why it almost always leads to sadness and dissatisfaction is that you're wishing for something illusionary. Money, the only reason money has any value is because we say it does. Okay, so when you're asking for money, it's because you don't know what you want. You just want to get everything you see. So instead of wishing for a lottery win, folks, or some sort of a big windfall, just become a little clearer on what your goals are. And remember, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So instead of wishing for the whole cake, start gathering your ingredients one at a time. It is the challenges in life that's the most exciting anyhow. Okay? So who's looking for
Rahul is looking for
Rahul?
love.
Oh, Rahul in love. He's a romantic. Aw. Okay, so Rahul in love. Yeah, Raul shows up as the king of coins. You really are ready for love, for a committed relationship, for home, family, that sort of stuff. You've already put your roots down. You've already established yourself. You've got the 5 of Swords reversed. And so that tells me that maybe you've had some not nice experiences and you may be dealing with people that are giving you negative information. The 5 of Swords is about people being unkind. And some people are being unkind in what they're saying and doing to you. And these are the people that you need to hold at arm's length. This is a really important time in your life for you to have not negative people around you. Okay, because they drain you and they keep good things from happening to you. So get rid of the negative people. Get rid of the Debbie Downers and the people that are just going to, well, what we call in Canada, piss on your cornflakes. and make everything you do sound stupid. Keep away from those people. Even if there's somebody that's close to you that you love, you can hold them at arm's length for this period of time just so you can set yourself up for something good. Definitely. You do need, if you want to have a good relationship and set the seeds of a good relationship, you need to put a bigger barrier between you and the negative people in your life. And I hate to say it, but I think that some of this might be, in your family. But you need to get the troublemakers, put them at arm's length, and keep them at arm's length, because you are well established and you are ready for a committed relationship. So you just get rid of the discouragers. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You can find something really good next year as long as you keep this away from you. You deserve love.
All righty then, Rahul. Enjoy the holidays. Grace just joined us.
Hi, Grace.
She's a repeat customer. I mean, victim. And Grace would like a general reading.
Okay, Grace. And I'm just sticking with the medieval Scapini deck. I like them. Okay, so general reading for Grace.
And that will be the last reading.
Okay, so interesting. Okay, Grace. So what I see is that you're coming into a really active period of your life. You've got 3 wands, boom, boom, boom. But like the way things are lined up here, I do see that you have, if you were to look at your past relationship, you are still kind of healing from a relationship that you thought was going to be committed, that just didn't turn out. But that's okay, because when I look at what's coming on right now, you've got something new and sexy coming into your life with the Ace of Wands. And when I look here, it's, you've got the Queen of Wands, but she has taken a hold of the wand. So you've got something new, and it just feels almost overwhelming, because I guess there's so much emotion and feelings and hormones and everything involved with it. But this new relationship coming into your life is something that you should grab with both hands. All right.
And you might need to. All right, our next segment tonight is the final segment of the evening.
And before we get to that, I want to remind everybody again about the weekend retreats coming in February and March. In February, there's Learn to Read the Palm. You come in with a willingness to learn, and you will, on Saturday morning and Sunday afternoon, you will leave able to read palms for friends and family. And if you're already a reader, you could add that to your list of skills. It's an all-inclusive package. The cost includes your accommodations, 2 lunches, a dinner, and a breakfast, all gratuity, all taxes, everything. It's a package deal, one price. Go to the Eventbrite website and put in the search Mystic Rendezvous, and you will see the 2 events coming up, and make sure you join us. We really look forward to seeing you. And another thing I'd like you to join me for is our New Year's collaboration.
Is that New Year's Day?
New Year's Eve.
Oh, really?
New Year's Eve, 2 queens. You have the Queen of Ooga Booga, and you have Miss Desiree Lee. So we're really looking forward to that. That's New Year's Eve afternoon. The time is to be determined, and we will announce that next week. But I hope you all tune in to find out what 2022 holds for you with the 2 Queens collaboration.
If you would like a reading from Sally in person, please contact the Spa Near the Tracks in Stratford, Ontario at 519-272-1293. I'm going to have to ask for some money from them for giving so many plugs. Oh, before you get started there, let me take the spa off the screen and chat off the screen. What's our next, baby?
Okay, so we have card
Pulling
number
one
one.
card.
What?
Pull a card.
And card number 2. And card number 3. And this is the crystal deck. So, what is your crystal message for this week? Which one resonates with you? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Did you pick card number 1? If you did, this week is Citrine. And Citrine is manifest. It's a very male stone. It's very fiery. It's very protective. It's good for pulling in enough. It's very, like I said, it's very protective. It's one of the few crystals that don't need to be cleansed. But there's that idea of enough. I like to keep a citrine in my wallet because it always keeps some money in my wallet. But it does not a fortune, but enough. And so this week, have faith you will have enough to achieve what you want to achieve this week. Did you pick card number 2? If you pick card number 2, then your crystal message for this week is Emerald. Ooh, Dorothy in the Emerald City. And it says prevent. I get a different vibe off of the emeralds because I like the emeralds as a business stone. It's a money stone. This is a good week for you. If you pick card number 2, this is a good week for you to focus in on money, on building up your financial stability this week. So this is a week to plan. This is a week to ask for money if you want to ask for money. Okay, did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, your message for this week is black tourmaline, and it says protect. And black tourmaline, and it's funny because in the picture it looks gold, but it really is black and it's striated like that. It's not only grounding, but it's extremely protective. And this says that this is a week to protect your work, protect yourself from negativity. You know, like I say it again and again, negative people are vexation to your soul. And this week you should let the negative people go to voicemail. This is a week to keep them at arm's length and protect your own sanity. So go with the positive and put the negative people on hold.
Oh, well, hello, Charity. Thank you for joining us. How this works here is you just come onto the channel and type in your question. You don't have to join anything, no Discord server, no super chat, nothing like that. We are on live every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time until 10-ish Eastern Time. Sorry, we don't have a chance to get to your question tonight. There is an email address on the screen, queenofoogabuga@gmail.com. If you'd like Sally to answer your question at the beginning of next week's Sunday night show, send the email in and we will get to their emails first, as we always do. That's it. That's all. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy the Santa Claus parades. They're going on everywhere.
Ho, ho, ho.